Hey guys, I'm going to do a video here about how to make a decent amount of gold in about an hour. I really don't have an intro, so I'm just going to get right into it, since it'll be easier to get into it and figure out everything as I go. Now this is where you're going to start farming. You're going to farm in the Obsidian Forest. There's a bunch of dragonkin mobs. Drops pretty good loot. You get quite a bit of money from vendoring stuff, but mainly we're there for skinning. We want the skinning mats because, well, they're pretty good. So it'd be nice to have some skinning mats. That's the Twilight Scales. We're mainly after those. Savage hide. Savage leather isn't as important as the Twilight Scales because, personally, on my server, which is Hyjal, it sells for about 23 gold a scale. And I'd say that's pretty good. Therefore, we want to kill those. And we want to skin them. Now here I am, about 5 minutes in. I decided that I wasn't going to start at the beginning of the clip, because it takes me a little bit to get into the rhythm of just killing these. So I decided I'd start at about 5 minutes in. Kind of keeps this a little bit shorter. There's still about 4 minutes of clips. However, with this, at one point during this, I got 5 dragon scale hides from one, blackened dragon scales. This is 4 procced off bountiful bags, and that got me about 100 gold. And it's pretty awesome. Now, I didn't get any pristine hides, and so far, since being 525 skinning, I haven't got any pristine hides at all. I don't seem to be able to get them. Now, all this stuff is going to be sold. Make about 50 or so gold from just the vendor and getting the gold from this. Now, total, I got 41 blackened dragon scales. At 23 gold apiece, that equaled out to about 950 gold. And got about 65 savage leather and about 37 of the dragon hunk of meat, or whatever that is. I'm going to break this down a little bit more so that way you get the full idea of how much money you actually make, because you do make quite a bit of money from this. It's and only in 30 minutes, so if you do this for an hour, you're going to make about twice it. Plus the extra chance of loot, epics, greens, none of that's factored into what you may actually get. It's more likely than not that you're going to make a lot more money than I did. I'm not the most geared hunter. I was pretty stupid most of the way, where I didn't actually use misdirect. I used my pet, and I switched to a spider later on because it would just root him in place from afar, and I found that was very easy to work with. Later on though, if you're a boomkin or a mage, warlock even, because you can stand there and just cast even when they're in your face, you're probably going to kill things much quicker than me. I'm only pumping about 10k DPS a second into these guys, so it takes 5 to 6 seconds to kill them, depending on, what I'm doing. Sometimes I got very good aim shot crits, and other times I didn't. It just depends on your gear and your level of skill. Anyway, I'm going to let this clip play, and then I will break down everything later. So now, after everything was said and done, blackened dragon scales sold for about 23 gold each, and I obtained 41 in 30 minutes. Savage leather sold for 3 gold and 30 silver each, and I obtained 65. And the dragon meat stuff sold for about 40 silver each, and I obtained 37. Now 41 times 23 is 943. I don't need to go over this. You guys can figure this part out. This is pretty easy. So, after this, there's a 15% auction house cut. So now we need to take the 15% auction house cut from the items. So we sold 1,162 gold and 92 silver worth of items. So taking 15% auction house cut, that leaves us with 988 gold, 48 silver, and 12 copper. Kinda sucks. But we also sold 52 gold and 60 silver in vendor items and the loot from the mobs. That gives us a total of 1,041 gold, 8 silver, and 12 copper in roughly 30 minutes. If you times that by 2, you get even more gold. So if you do that in an hour, you can make just about 2k gold. If you get any pristine hides, you can do that more, and if you're a leather worker, you can make even more money. Because you have the ability to turn all that stuff into dragon hide scales, or armor, or the leg patches, any of that stuff, you can make even more money. But these are for people, this general idea of how much money you can make in 30 minutes. You do this for 6 hours a day, and I hope you don't, you can make about 12,000 gold. In just a little bit. And these sell very well. If you're gonna sell anything, do it during the weekdays. That is when things sell the best. Maybe not as quick, but the best. On the weekends, that is when you buy, because people are not at school, they're not at work, and there's a lot more competition, where during the weekdays, there's not as much, plus you can sell it for more. Best time to sell everything, and I want to say good luck with you all, and please rate, comment, and subscribe for more guides if it's gold or just watching me PvP.